Nom nom. 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 Nom nom.
Okay, I got up the minigun, my old chair, and the table. Let's see if I can try for the desk next.
Is that really all the furniture you have?
Yeah. I know, silly. I admit there were times where I always wanted to do more with this extra space. But, you know, homemade Alicorn dimension. Not much you can do with it other than spawn things at random for my own convenience.
It is kinda roomy for just you and Twink. But I also recall how you like to brighten others' days with colors. I think your channel should reflect that to some extent. But still, I suppose currently your space has the benefit of being quiet enough for you to work. But it seems a little...
Isolated?
lonely, I think. But I understand where you were going with this when you first joined the Rift Cafe.
Yeah, just trying to accept being an Alicorn, I suppose. And what better way to do it than be in a dimension we're created in, right? Though, I admit, the idea of having a channel that has trees, grass, and flowers really sounds... Whoa!
But be careful, Miss Bliss. Goodness. Are you sure you have everything under control? I've heard stories with your magic lessons. I'd hate for any mishaps to occur.
It's cool, Doc. Levitation is something I know I could do well, at least. At this point, it's like lifting weights. I just gotta keep focused. One thing at a time. I think I can get the hang of it. I figured...
Are you alright?
Yep. Step back a moment. Don't want to underestimate myself. Or drop anything on you?
What?
Nothing!
Oh. Is this a magic book?
Hey! That seance book! Yeah, he loaned it to me a while back. I admit I've not really looked at it since. Not since the last time.
The last time? What do you mean?
Well, do you remember how Thunderblight happened?
How could I forget? She nearly destroyed you along with a few of our colleagues.
Yeah. Not sure if I mentioned how she was created, though, to you.
I suppose you haven't. I admit I have been curious. But if it's a personal topic you don't wish to discuss...
It's in the past. And it's not like it will change anything if I told you. Long story short, Doc, I used that book Aeon gave me to try and get rid of my Alicornism.
What? Why?
Because I was tired of being a failure all the time. Because I was tired of all the Mary Sue comments and overbearing criticism of how terrible of an Alicorn I am. I am terrible at magic, so why be an Alicorn to begin with? I just wanted to end that. But instead, I pulled out my darker impulses, aka Thunderblight. But ever since then...
Be careful! Maybe you should take a break.
No, I got this. Anyways, ever since then, if I get angry enough, if just the right amount of rage peeks through my mind, that personality of myself comes out. Blight. My inner rage and wrath that I try so hard to keep hidden. It's something I have never wanted any of you to see, least of all you, Doc. I'm so ashamed of it to this day.
Miss Bliss, please, no tears. I understand that it is a personality you never wanted any of us to see, but it is a part of who you are. Not your fault that it acted on its own when it separated from you, but it is a part of who you are, embarrassed or not. We all have our own inner darkness and demons to fight with. No one is all good or evil after all. But all that being said, Miss Bliss, you do realize what you did was rather harmful to yourself, right? Ripping out something that has been a part of you since you started your channel? I understand being frustrated, not achieving what you think is expected of you, but being an Alicorn is a part of who you are. If you had succeeded in removing that fact, you wouldn't be just taking away your Alicorn abilities. You'd be taking something away that makes you special too.
I realize that, yes. And I know better than to ever do that again. I still get frustrated that I'm not the best Alicorn I could be, though. It's why I'm working harder on my magic lessons, rather than take the easy way out.
I'm glad to hear that, Miss Bliss. Odd. I can't read any of this. Are you sure this is the right book that you used to conjure blight from?
The one and only. But Aeon believes it could still help me. But I haven't been able to look at it lately with the other magic lessons. Besides, that book is weird. If I didn't know any better... I'd say it was alive? Stuff is getting hard to stay up. Probably need to give him more juice.
Well, magic books in the world of ponies, this shouldn't be a surprise to any of us, I suppose. Still, it's nice to hear Mr. Dreams offered you a tool to help you practice and... Oh, wait a moment. There's something here. Odd that it's the only page I can read.
Oh, probably a small tip to levitate more than one heavy object, perhaps?
It says nothing on levitation.
Well, give it a read. I'm curious.
Well, all right. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. What in the world?
Huh? What in the...
Miss Bliss! Lightning! Miss Bliss? Twink! No! Get back! Goodness! Oh, you poor thing. Are you all right? Lightning? Lightning!
To be back.
Thunderblight!
Why, it isn't the good doctor. It's been so long. Thank you for releasing me, by the way.
I released you?
But of course, you read the magic words. Blissy merely gave it the charge. Funny how that worked out, isn't it? A lesson well learned, magic-wise. Congratulations, Doctor. You are her first successful magic teacher.
What do you want, Blight?
So defensive, Doctor. What's the saying you always speak? Oh, yes. You are in a safe environment. And we have so much to catch up on. After all, we never did have the time to properly chat.
I would love to chat with you, but you'll have to make an appointment like every pony else. Now, if you'll excuse me, I just would like to check on Miss Bliss.
Why waste your time talking to that helpless sack of Skittles? She's nothing but dead weight anyways.
Why, I never.
Indeed you never. You never had the opportunity to get to know the real Lightning Bliss Alicorn. Well, you are looking at her. I am but a personality trait that has been too long locked away in the darkest regions of her mind. Oh, all alone? be seen by the public eye, let alone the famous DRWolf. Aren't you not sad for little old Blight? Aw, your silence hurts me, Doctor. After all, we look up to you quite a lot, Blissy and I. The least thing you could do is give an Alicorn a proper greeting. Did you not give the same respect to Princess Celestia or Luna?
They are of royalty, Miss Blight. Not even Lightning Bliss embraced such a title. She found it too high and mighty. It was always like her to be grounded and—
Grounded?! Foolish vision she had, hiding what she is, and she wonders why she's never respected. But it's nice to see a familiar face with some decency to respect a higher power. And since we're on the topic, tell me, Doctor, you know Lightning Bliss, or me, quite well. Have we ever been respected for who we are?
What are you getting at?
Just making idle conversation. Think of it as a house visit. I'll repeat the question.
Miss Bliss has complained from time to time that others call her cute or small, and every now and then some underestimate her abilities. But not once have I felt that any of her friends ever disrespected—
Covering your other colleagues. Oh, you really are a good doctor, aren't you?
It's the truth!
White lie, Doctor. The truth really is, she has never been respected by her friends or colleagues because she's always holding back her abilities as an Alicorn, holding back her true power, her true rage, her true— me! But I've stated this before in the past, and I'm recycling old lines. Look at me monologuing again. But despite those very friends have little to no respect for her, I suppose they cared enough to come to our pathetic rescue.
Bliss defeated you on her own. We were merely bystanders.
Oh, but you are so wrong, Doctor. She would have lost if it weren't for your puny friends reminding her of inner silly sissy power she had when you and the others were in danger. Seeing you all in trouble, it reminded her of why you all became friends with her in the first place. Because she brought smiles and rainbows to your community.
Indeed she did. And that will never change.
No matter. It's done her little good to gain respect back in the first place. Otherwise, why else would I exist?
Bliss despises this side of her personality that is dubbed as you, Miss Blight. Why you continue to exist is a mystery to us both. But I doubt it has anything to do with what you just said, or why it should give you any motivation to cause her harm. She is a part of you, as you are a part of her, and—
Oh yes, I am a part of her, but only a minor part of our personality, and I'm going to fix all that. I've been waiting all this time, slowly plotting and quiet, every now and then getting stronger as her inner rage grew, feeding me back into power. I got quite a few of you to visit to satisfy my revenge.
Revenge?
You catch on slowly, don't you?
How rude.
Could really care less, puppy. Now, if you excuse me a moment. That's much better. I already feel my power coming back.
Miss Bliss, can you hear me? Equestrian, the princess, she's fading fast.
Of course she is, and if it weren't for me, she would be gone by now. But I'm going to delay her suffering a little longer.
Please don't do this, Blight. Think about what this will cause if you—
Don't concern yourself with the minor personality she'll become soon. I'll absorb her into my mentality, but not before I exact my revenge.
Miss Blight. Thunderblight, what are you intending to do exactly?
Oh, don't worry your fuzzy little head. I don't plan to take my revenge out on you.
Huh?
Well, let's face it. Of all the friends Bliss has known, you've been the only one who actually gave her respect in the first place. You saw her talents first before everybody else. You even gave her her first big break by collabing with you on your channel. That personal, older brother, little sister bond you two have, disgusting as it is to me, still lingers as something I respect. She's never forgotten your kindness and willingness to accept her for who she is, and because we share those memories, I've never forgotten either. Consider this your lucky break.
Thank you. Maybe now I can call Sub-Zero and—
Although...
Miss Blight!
It just occurred to me, good doctor, despite your dedication to showing respect to Lightning, not once in all this time did you ever think to correct the others that were mocking us.
What do you mean?
It must be so easy for you to stand there and watch.
Please don't!
Too bad you went to Betty Bye before you saw that. I would have loved to see the look on your face as I sucked his colors and his precious little talent away from him right in front of your eyes. And what a lovely palette of colors he had. So civil, too. Or he was.
Hey honey, thought I'd come by and pay you a visit. How goes practice and... Blissy? Lightning! Doc, what happened? Doc? Doc? What is going on here?